Dirt Wizard Part B should sound like this. Etc, etc. Now we're going to break it through step by step for you, and let's start at the beginning of part B, which is bar number 7. It's a really cool power chord study, a lot of palm damping inside there, or muted notes, sorry, not palm damping, muted notes, which all that happens over here is you relax pressure. So pressure on, I get notes making a noise. If I put pressure off, that I'm still touching the string, I get those little X's. In other words, I get just the noise of hitting the string, but I don't get a chord. Okay, opens up in the E5, double strum, then mute. So from an angle over here, it'll look something like this. Okay, so my fingers 2 and 3 are lying on the string for the X's on the PDF on the tab sheet. And the next chord is nice and easy. It's all power chords basically, fret 1 and fret 3. And you may use your ring finger instead of your pinky. I like the pinky, some like the ring finger. I'm not fussy there, whichever you like, but do not use the middle finger. Okay, so it's going to go from here. And you end up at fret number 5 and 7. That's an A5 power chord. So you had your E here, your G was over here. Get to know the names of the chords too, and your A is over here. And then you'll see a little dot thing with it, looks like a 7. It's a little squiggle like that, little squiggly thing with a sort of looks like a 7 if you use your imagination. That's a rest. It means silence for those that don't know rest symbols yet. Okay, so that means you go after this. There's a little gap of silence there, rest, and then that would be back to the G. And before you finish off that second bar, it says NC, in other words, no chord. So it means you're playing single notes, 3, 5, 3. So you're not playing a chord, you're just playing an individual note. Remember, a chord is 2 or more notes played at the same time. And your third bar is sort of the same as your first bar, so that's pretty sweet. And then your last bar of the first line of part B, you go back to the A5, the same as you did in the second bar, but then you go up to a B flat 5, which is bar 6 and 8, or fret 6 and 8 rather, and back to the A. So if you watch it through slow motion, you can play with me. Here's the first 4 bars of part B. 1, 2, 3, 4, and... It's as simple as that. Nice and easy, a lot of fun to play. Second bar, or second line rather, of part B starts off the same. Your first and second bars are the same, but you're going to have a bit of a change now in the third bar, which will be your 13th bar, if you look at the numbers underneath there. And it's going to start off... Sorry, that should be... Okay. Now, what's actually happening over there is you're starting for the same E, and then you're going to have an open 3, 5. So instead of playing the power chord, you're playing individual notes. And then you're going to play the open again. And you'll see in the fourth bar where it says no chord, there's a small 3 with a little arc above it to the 5. That means fast hammer on. So I'm playing the 3, but I'm going to hammer on to the 5 really quick. And you'll see it goes 3, 5, 3, 5, 3, 5, 3. Like that. So that's 1, 2, 3, and nice and fast like that. Now I'm just going to show you from a different angle. You should be able to notice over here now that I'm not playing the 5, it's slow motion. Like that. Okay, so if I'm playing now that entire second line, the first 4 bars of it, it should go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and... Simple as that. Now we're going to get to the last bar, which is quite fun. Okay, this is the last bar of the second line. To be a bit more accurate there. You're starting with your power chord down here now. So no longer at the top, you're playing strings 5, 4, and 3. So it should be an A5, it should be like this. Like that. Okay, now there's a little tricky part inside there. It's going to go from the double strum And you can see my middle finger is doing a little bit of a bend. That's because of that little arrow thingy there with the quarter. So it's not a big bend, it's just a little bend. So it's going to go slow motion. And that would be your last bar of it. So slow motion one more time if you want to play with. 1, 2, 3, 4, and so make sure you get this little muted notes in between, and then we go to the next line, bar 16. Now it starts with a sort of a funny sort of thing like that. That's called a rest again. So you're going to come in on the offbeat after the count of 2. So you're going to count 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, like that. 1 and 2 and those are just open strings. And then for the triple 2, it's sort of an A chord, but I wouldn't use 3 fingers. I'll just use 1 finger flat. So I'd go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and simple as that. And then you got something similar. Okay, but I want to see if you can work that out by yourself. So I don't want to give away too much, otherwise it means you're not really learning that much. But you should have enough information to take you through that. And then the third bar, which will be number 18, if you're counting from the 16 at the beginning of the line, 16, 17, 18, you'll see an 8 and 9, but it's got like a little double slash thing. It goes up like that. That means you're sliding to 8 and 9. There's the 8, there's the 9. But it doesn't tell you to slide from any specific place. You can slide 2 frets, or you can slide a lot of frets. I wouldn't slide too many, because if you slide too many, it's very easy, like I did there, to go too far. So when they don't tell you where to slide from, I normally go for like a 2 fret slide. It's just a safe bet. It's as simple as that. And then guess what? And there's repetition inside there. Okay, now there's a little bit of a twist in the next line. I want us to get up nice, close and personal there. We're looking at now bar number 22. It's the second bar of the very last line on this page. You'll see a small 5 and 7. So again, it's fast little hammer-ons, and we know it's a hammer-on because of the little arc. Okay, so you're going to do 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, and then into that 9 over there. Okay, so slow motion. And that's that little phrase there. So the little sections, and if I give a suggestion, work it bar for bar, go back to the beginning, play it through and build it from there. And the next one's going to go nice little slide, nice little bend there. And then the last part over there, which is palm damp, there you go to 7 and 10, and it's slowly but surely you're going to go. Simple as that. And watch for the rest over there. You'll see between the 9 and the 5, you're looking at the very last bar now. It says PM. You got 7, 10, 7, 10, 7, 9, rest 5. As simple as that. Then you go on to the next page. Now on the next page, you're going to start with a 9, 7, 9. Rest. Small little bend on the 7. Onto the 9, and then onto the next bar, double quarter note bend. Like that. And then on that 9, there's a little squiggly part. That means vibrato. And then the last phrase before you go to part C, you're going to go to bar number 10 on the second string. And you'll see there's an 11 in brackets, and there's a BU on top of that. BU, bend up. There's your 10. You want to make this 10 sound like that. So get your pitch, and you can hear what it should sound like. That's what I want to hear. There's the 10, and I've bent it enough. Again. And I'm using fingers 1 and 2 to support my ring finger for the bend. Okay, and after that you can have a 10, 8, 9. Now I'm not going to do the timing. I want you to listen to the original track. You've got the 2 audio tracks I've sent you. And then we can go to part C in the next video. Thank you. Cheers.